Hey everyone, it's Realtor Josh Kepke here with Vancouver Real Estate today at McDonald Realty on July the 24th, 2020. A few things that you need to be aware of right now. Number one, the Bank of Canada is printing an awful lot of money. I'm sure you've seen this in the news that all of what we're really doing is quantitative easing. And I'm no economist. I encourage you to look into this more, but printing an awful lot of money and keeping the interest rates really low. The Bank of Canada has actually put out, they have put out a statement saying, we are going to be we're going to try to bring you some certainty here, business owners and Canadians, and they said interest rates are going to be this low for a very long time. So they're encouraging people to leverage up on debt. So because they're trying to stimulate the economy and keep things moving in that way. So there's one thing to consider. The second to consider is that there's rumors of an equity tax coming to your primary residence. So right now you have a capital gains tax on investment properties, non-primary residents, but CMHC commissioned a study from UBC to look into some kind of an equity tax. Now, CMHC did come out with a statement trying to downplay this and say, no, we're not actually looking at doing that. But as some of the reports in the kind of news stories have said, is CMHC doths protest a little too much in this case. So that's something to be really thinking about. What we're seeing in the real estate market itself is really a shift of demand towards the detached market. So that's houses that is, a duplex is attached but only to one other unit. So we're looking at detached properties, really demand going up for those that can afford to get into those. That's because those strata has just got a lot of headaches involved right now. You know, if you are living in a condo building and you can't use your amenities because they've been locked down due to the pandemic, now you don't get access to your pool and your gym and all these things that your strata maintenance is paying for. And then we've got the insurance issues where water deductibles have come way up, maintenance fees have come up to try to handle some of these increased insurance costs and so on. So I'm not a tax accountant by any means, but here's what I'm thinking. If the value of your Canadian dollars is going down, or is poised to go down, and they're not making a lot more detached properties in Vancouver at least, and you're looking at and so demand in the detached market's going up, and you're looking at your money becoming worth less, as I think I already said that one. And you're looking at a tax coming on your primary residence when you eventually do sell it one day. Say you've lived in your house or your property that you're living in for the last 5-10 years, you've seen the value of that property come way up, because it was really 2015 to 2018 when we had that big balloon in values. So my thoughts are, now is a great time to look at buying a full duplex, and preferably a full duplex and one of those sides having a secondary suite. Now, the reason I say this is because it's probably going to be a little bit of a stretch for people financially on those, probably a big stretch actually. But if the government's telling you to ramp up on debt and you have some liquidity built up in the bank, then you can invest your finances that you've got right now in Canadian dollars, put them into that real estate, and step one, you got to sell the property that you currently have before any kind of capital gains or home equity tax comes gets further down the pipe for your primary residence, so you can really lock in those gains and avoid taxes on them that may come in the future. You know, we saw that foreign buyer tax on the transfer tax implemented very quickly. Like we had, I think 2 weeks, 2 weeks maybe, until that thing came into force when it did. And so you sell your property that you've had for a while, to lock in those gains, and you put that and any additional liquidity that you've got into a duplex, which is now you own the dirt beneath you. And if you own both sides of the duplex, then that leaves you some room to grow into for, family, if you have kids or your parents want to move in with you or something, or you just want to rent it out. But it gets you out of a strata, it gets you an income property or a place to potentially have a multi-generational home. So I'm thinking duplex is the way to go these days. And if the money that the bank is lending out is so cheap, then it's a great time to take advantage of those interest rates and ramp up on and leverage up, so to speak, for what you can afford. So that's my thought. I mean, a house is a great thing too, of course. I just think with a duplex, you have some more of the investment potential. All right, well, that's it for me. I'm Realtor Josh Kepke. Stay safe out there. We are still in the midst of a pandemic, and keep your masks on if you can, social distance.